What horror movie do you think could easily survive if you were in it? Like the video and subscribe right now, or she will be under your bed tonight. The Strangers. The characters pissed me off the whole time. First of all, don't split up. Also, turn on the freaking lights. Then grab the guns, camp out in the middle of the house, and wait for the killers to either leave or come for you, then blow their brains out. Let me just leave the gun on the floor in the bedroom. I'm sure it's fine. Seriously, the dumbest movie. Maybe not easily, but if I were in a quiet place, I'd live next to that waterfall. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. Don't be afraid of the dark. Those things are 6 inches tall. All you need is a golf club or hockey stick and one of those LED headlamps that last 1000 hours. This movie scared the living shit out of me. The old man giving up his teeth and his maid's teeth as an offering to get his kid back messed me up. I would be fine sleeping with the lights on, but I would totally fall for their trap if they took my kid. Jeepers creepers. Freaking idiots decide to investigate someone quite obviously shoving a dead body into a basement in the middle of nowhere without calling the police or letting anyone know where they are. After that same creepy person tried his best to run them off the road. F that. Also said dude is like 8 feet tall and built like a tank. And he have 50 feet leathery wings. 1408. Excuse me, that room's haunted. Cool. Thanks for the tip. I immediately seek a separate hotel. And then some men with sledgehammers come in and destroy your current environment, revealing that you never left 1408. The Blob. It's a slow moving blob that has to touch you to absorb you. You know where I'm not? Anywhere within 100 miles of wherever this thing. In my car and gone. Military, do your thing. Once you drop it off to stay frozen deep in the Atlantic, let me know. I'm sure there'll be new job openings when I come back home. Why stop there? Freeze it, shatter it, throw the pieces in lava. Blair Witch Project. We are filming where? Looking for what? Oh okay, I'm not coming to that. Shit, even if I wasn't scared, I'm definitely too lazy for that sort of thing. My laziness has saved me more times than I can be bothered imagining. I think I could survive Psycho, especially after the first scene with the dude. F that, he's clearly deranged and a shitload of money in my car like she had. However, I would probably die in every scenario of the Saw movies. I'd survive Saw by not getting targeted by the Jigsaw killer because I'm a pretty chill guy. Depends which Jigsaw killer you get. The main one wouldn't bother you unless you were doing some obviously illegal or immoral shit. His apprentices, however, one of them trapped a janitor because he smoked, Saw 6, and another rigged a cop into an inescapable trap because she was too dedicated to her job, Saw 3. Actually, if he's too chill, then he could be made to pay for wasting his life. The Descent. Well, those are some well-prepared young ladies who look to be off spelunking. As I drive on by, blink and you miss me. Yeah, my policy is to never take up any hobbies they specifically ask you about in your life insurance application, so I'm definitely safe from any horror movie featuring spelunking. Also scuba, mountain climbing and hot air ballooning, just in case anyone ever decides to make a horror movie about any of those things. There are reasons nobody ever made a horror movie about hot air ballooning, though I suppose a steampunk riff on terror at 20,000 feet could be pretty funny. A stranger calls. I don't answer calls from numbers I don't know. Doesn't matter, the call is coming from inside the house. You not answering the phone doesn't make him unwilling to kill you. The call is coming from inside the house. That would be pretty impressive, since I haven't had a landline in almost 20 years. Any movie where the killer walks slower than a damn snail. Yeah. Probably taunt the killer too. Act like you're running fast, trying to outrun them right before you get into the cab, get to the airport and leave the freaking continent. What if the killer is taunting you? You get in the cab relieved, look through the rear window and see nobody, then turn around to see the killer driving the car. Predator. As long as I don't pick up a weapon it will leave me alone. Or just get pregnant. I can't exactly do that. Well, not with that attitude. Not with these genitals. If you need new genitals I know a guy. Not really horror, but The Mummy. I can't read hieroglyphics, so I'd look at the Book of the Dead, go neat book, and walk away so the mummy would stay asleep. Are you kidding? It's a book that's a genuine artifact with cool spooky stuff written inside, and it's made of solid gold. I'd take that with me in a heartbeat. A part of me would want to keep it, but it would be ruthlessly obliterated by the part that wants to sell it. Still wouldn't be able to read it though. The mummy would be someone else's problem. Easy. Be the main character, but not the first person on screen. You seemingly haven't seen I'm Legend. Jaws. Stay on land. Problem solved. Edit. Sharknado isn't a counterpoint. It's a different movie. Unless you can undeniably prove Sharknado and Jaws happen in the same universe at the same time, I say to you, no. Never heard of Land Shark. I'd survive any horror film. I'm a virgin. They never kill the virgin. Allow me to introduce you to vulnerability. Most slasher films, if you get stabbed/slashed in a non-fatal place, just pretend to be dead. They never check. Blood loss. Hold my beer. Pain/shock. Allow us to introduce ourselves. The invitation. Because I never get invited to anything. I would die almost instantly in a quiet place. Maybe Happy Death Day though, because only the main character dies most of the time. I'm not the main character. What do I care? I would die almost instantly in a quiet place. Me, yelling across the field. Huh. We have to be quiet. Dies. I farted twice while reading this comment. Not only would I die in a quiet place, but I'd die the most embarrassing death possible. I have vibes and a sensitive stomach. I would fart myself to death. Halloween. I'm pretty sure I could outrun Michael Myers. Do I get to hear the music? That would increase my survival rate 100%. Sorry to break it to you, but somehow you'll inexplicably trip over nothing multiple times, just so that good old Mike can catch you while moving at a speed that would suggest he's taking a stroll in a museum. Just bury him alive in a 20-foot pit of fast-setting concrete. I knew my 20-foot pit of fast-setting concrete would come in handy one day. Any horror movie with a haunted house, just don't move into the house where tens of people died mysterious deaths. It's really that simple. But the price is super cheap, and look at that view. We can fix this old place up and sell it for a profit. When you sold me this house, you forgot to mention one little thing. You didn't tell me it was built on an Indian burial ground. No, you didn't. Well, that's not how I remember it. Hangs up. He says he mentioned it 5 or 6 times. Chicken Little. IDK, that one would be pretty hard to survive. Armor up and hide in your basement until it's over. Any of the Jason movies. My parents didn't let me go to camp. But did they let you go to Manhattan? Or space? Or hell? They already said Manhattan. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's Texas. I'd just find someone with a gun or a gun store and arm up. This easily. Like the guy's walking with a chainsaw. He's slow. Also, you're in Texas, so you have a gun. Jaws. Just stay off the freaking beach. Don't you mean out of the water? Can't go in the water if you never touch the beach *TAPSFOREHEAD*. I'm not a child. And knowing that something would grow more powerful the more I fear it would probably cause some sort of reaction, where I stop fearing it out of spite. Spite survival is the best survival. Anything that starts with someone touching/opening the thing that isn't supposed to be touched/opened. I'm a basic rule follower. Movie would start with me reading the sign and end with me walking away after reading the sign. See, I thought I was like that. You know, don't touch the obviously alien and potentially lethal object. Easy. But then I saw this cactus in the desert and the spines looked kinda fleshy and soft. So I got curious if it was more furry than spiky and touched it, and it hooked into my finger. Jumping Chala. The bane of every Arizona hiker's existence. I thought you were saying jumping Chala in the same context a wizard says Merlin's beard. The dumb part is it wasn't even trying to jump at me. I just went and touched it myself, but then pressed too hard cause I thought it would be squishy. I shall call him Squishy, and he shall be mine, and he shall be my Squishy. Ow. Bad Squishy. Bad. Stranger Things would be pretty easy if you just flee Hawkins. Honey, they've offered me a transfer to California. Thank goodness, we can get out of Hawkins before something blows up with our kids in it. Where is it? The West Coast Sales Division, in Sunnydale. I heard she burned the gym down at her last school. The Purge. Because 99.9% of people would just stay home because they want to live and don't want to kill people. Yeah, but that 0.1% really wants a new TV.